Hello and welcome to Broward 2 News. We're from West Broward and we're here to give you the latest and greatest news from young journalists all around the county and the country.
Welcome back. Paula Marzola, the owner of Lady Baker, went from quitting her job to pursuing her dream of owning a full-fledged bakery that has now become an important part of her life and the community. Giancarlo Zerich can give you the story. Sometimes it's those hidden gems that can have the biggest story behind them. The Belmont Shore Inn is a small hotel in Long Beach, California. In the next package, we learn how they compete against big franchise hotels. Matthew can give us a story. Breast cancer awareness is always seen as such a morose topic, when in reality it should be celebrated. Breast cancer survivors should be seen as just that, survivors. The amount of strength that these women have to keep fighting through this terrible condition is incredibly admirable. Good morning, Bobcats. I'm Emma with The Breeze. Last night, our boys lacrosse team took the win versus Taravella with a score of 14-7. Congrats to our boys. In order for something to thrive in the future, it first needs to gain support from the community. City Rev Church looks forward to encouraging a bonded community and improving our environment to better our world by creating a place where people can both feel welcomed and accepted. Madison Goldie can fill you in.
Imagine you're talking with your friends about that crazy basketball game you went to last night. You're all raving about that one half-court shot that ended the whole game. Paige Buchers really is something else. I bet you thought I was talking about male sports, didn't you? But why did you think that? Look at this guy back here, for example. How much do you want to bet that he's talking about men's sports? According to the article Gender in Televised Sports News and Highlight Shows, men receive a whopping 96.3% of the airtime, while women's sports only receive 1.6%, and gender-neutral topics only receive about 2.1%. This is a precipitous decline in the coverage of women's sports since 2004, when 6.3% of the airtime was devoted to women's sports. To bring it full circle, women put in the same amount of effort into their sports as men do, and they deserve just as much credit and airtime as men do. Wouldn't you agree? For WBTV, this has been Jackson Gay reporting.
Left tackle, right tackle.
Hi, my name is Liam. I'm 8 years old and I play a lot of sports. Any sport you can name, I probably played it. And I've been playing sports since I was as long as I could remember. I like to play sports because it keeps me entertaining. It's entertaining and it makes me spend more time with my cousin Ian. And even on the field and off the field, we talk about things and I could teach him a lot of things. And he's not the best at sports, but that's why I teach him. Playing sports has taught me to be more sportsmanship, nice, and always move on from things even though you lose. Doesn't matter if someone bullies you or does something, you just move on and don't believe what they say and keep on doing what you like doing. Playing sports has changed my life by showing me what my future can be and what it is. And if I keep playing that, I could be that future that I want to be. A football player, a wide receiver for Miami Dolphins. I want to be the best football player there is. I'll never reach my goal if I never started playing sports. Playing sports on the field has taught me lessons and makes me a better player. And off the field, it taught me life lessons that brings me closer to the people I love, and I can be closer with them and have fun with them.
Hi, my name is Isabella Marquez and I'm a volleyball player. I've been playing volleyball since I was 12 years old. I first used to play tennis, and then one day my dad wanted me to just try it out for fun and see if I would like it, and after that I completely fell in love with the sport and I've been doing it ever since. I started training non-stop hours so that I could make varsity my freshman year and make the national team for Wildfire Volleyball Club, and I would train about 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, trying to put in the work in to become a better player. Volleyball has really impacted my life because it's made me the person I am today. It's given me my leadership skills, my communication skills, everything I've pretty much gotten from volleyball, and it's helped me shape me as a person. It's even shaped my experiences as well. Like some of my best friends come from volleyball, and I get to travel all over the world to play, like to different places like California, Puerto Rico, Boston, you name it, I've been there to play volleyball. I currently play at 305 Volleyball Club on their national team, and playing on that team has allowed me to get offers from schools all over the nation. But my biggest fear right now is that those offers are going to be taken away due to my injury at Junior Olympics. Junior Olympics, I tore my ACL playing and sprained my MCL as well, and I will sadly have to get surgery, which will pause me playing and for a while, and I will have to do a lot of physical therapy to get back to the player that I once was. The scariest thing is not knowing what's going to happen next, but I know that I have the determination and the skill to get back to the player I once was, and I'll put in all the work, all the physical therapy, whatever it takes to finish off my senior year strong and be the player that I once was.
The food industry is the place that generally anyone can work in, no matter your gender. But that doesn't mean that all workers are valued or appreciated the same. Statistics show that women made 88 cents of the dollar that men earned in 2020, even though the food industry consists of about 45% males and 48% females, female-dominated. So why isn't it equal? Not only are these females underpaid, but 62% of workers have experienced emotional abuse or disrespect from customers, while 49% said they experienced emotional abuse from their managers, according to a Black Box article. Although these workers are undervalued and underpaid, they still go to work with a smile on their face and a positive attitude towards their guests. So next time you're at a restaurant, be kind. For SDN, this has been Chloe Martin.
Scene 1, take 1. Action! In film, different seasons symbolize different emotions. How you interpret them is up to you. It's a filmmaker's job to capture any season in everyday life through their lens.
Oh, absolutely. I think the seasons bring out changes in people. I think seasons for me, for example, I go through periods of ups and downs in life, as anybody does. I know the winter time always brings me down to my low, and sometimes when I'm the most creative. And again, I think seasons are so visceral that you can really look back on your life and remember those moments that you associate with fall leaves or fresh snow when the air gets really, really silent, or that summer breeze when you're hanging out with your friends under the park in the trees. So.
Filmmakers aspire to revive that feeling of nostalgia through their work. For example, the fall season reminds me of baking pumpkin pie with my family and raking the orange leaves in my driveway. This feeling of deja vu, created by videographers, allows for their audience to visually see the emotion.
I think that's what's so interesting about working in, we'll say, the Midwest in general, is that we have these really prevalent seasons that really create emotion behind the lens. And so you have, for me, seasons always recall this feeling of nostalgia, and so you have the fall and the snow, obviously, and I come from Los Angeles, and so we don't have seasons there. So when I make films out here, I think there's something really to be said about the environment in the seasons.
Capturing the essence of the changing seasons is such a vital aspect of life that those with creative minds try to capture every single day, for us to look back and remember the good times and the bad times. For ASB 4 State, this has been Ashley Silva reporting.
Victim blaming is one of the most normalized action in predatory behavior. Claiming that a girl's attire was the reason behind her assault and that the actual perpetrator at hand isn't at fault, because it's simply natural for a body to pounce when shown skin. But this exact logic also takes place in school dress code rules. Throughout a girl's upbringing, they are constantly told to be careful what they wear, because either they might send the wrong message or the wrong person will find them. Told by the Washington Post, a federal commission on the crime of violence study found that just 4.4% of all reported rape incidents involved provocative behavior on part of the victim. In murder cases, it's 22%. Instead of teaching boys consent and a sense of control, schools spend their time teaching girls ways to avoid it, making girls feel as if it's a woman's issue to be harassed and not the aggressors. Of course, kids need to be going to school wearing a form of coverage, but the need to cover even your shoulders, because apparently shoulders are provocative, is absolutely unnecessary. What schools need to do is enforce lessons and real consequences to boys to get rid of the mentality, boys will be boys. Because all dress codes accomplish is to set in stone in a girl's mind that it's her fault if a man attacks her.
If the intent of dress code is to protect against unwanted advances, we are sending the wrong message. The message we are sending, too often specifically to women, is that you can cause someone to assault you or prevent someone from assaulting you based on how you dress. The idea that women have to cover up to protect themselves is not only false from a factual standpoint, but de-victimizing to women who just want to express themselves in their style. This has been